So I'm just going to put a little preface here at the start of the video just in case anyone didn't get it from the title or pay attention to that. Major spoilers in this video from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. We are going into in-depth things about everything that we can remember, me, Crash, and Jonathan. You should all know Jonathan by now if you've watched the Gang Beasts compilation. If you haven't yet, please go back and watch it because that thing is comedy. Crash, you may not know as well, but you'll get to know him the more we play games, the more videos we get out, all that type of jazz. But yeah, if you haven't watched the FNAF movie yet and you want to, please go and watch it and then come on back. Let us know what you think in the comments. Listen to us, give it our ratings, listen to us go on about what we think could have been better, how we liked it, the certain places where we disliked it, and all that type of stuff. And then leave it in the comments what you think could have been improved, what your rating was, everything that you think could be, or everything you want to be in the future movies. But that's all from me, and well, let's get right into the review.
Alright, so first off, let's start with the ratings of the movie. I give it a 7.58. Like 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
I said 8.75.
I'm giving it for me, I'm giving it 8.5. I think that's a fair rating for it.
Alright, so the movie lore is very interesting than the video game.
Yeah,
right?
I just assume they're two separate universes.
It is, which I liked.
So how'd the movie start off?
Yeah, it was, yes, the original security guard.
Yeah.
They got murdered by Foxy. Diddy dum 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 diddy dum dum.
Oh, they added that, bro.
The references in the movie were phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't remember. When I heard that noise, I could not remember where it was from because I know it's from a certain game. I just could not remember.
Yep, that was Foxy's classic little chant.
Before we go anywhere else, I just want this to be said. Fuck Balloon Boy. He absolutely sucks. I hated him. He scared the shit out of me.
You were one of those people that got fucking scared shitless.
Hell yeah!
He didn't scare me shitless, but in terms of the grand scheme of the normal form of horror, he was the scariest part of the movie. Because that's the thing with FNAF, it went from being jump scares to being a more psychological horror. It's more meant to play with your mind than anything these days.
I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck he just popped up. It felt like the hyped up.
That was definitely a Scott Cawthon thing. It had to have been a Scott thing.
Yeah. That
was a little Easter egg that Scott would have tossed in for us.
Yeah, like that fucking dog, the fucking Sparky dog.
Yeah, I did see something about it. I think it was John FNAF that said it.
All fun and games until that becomes one of the main animatronics.
Well, I mean, there were people inside of the suits. Like the 4 people or whatever the hell that it was that got killed by when they tried to break down the entire pizzeria, like they all got shoved into suits, and the Sparky suit was one of them.
Not here, the cameos.
They were great.
Corey, bro, I love the way that Corey got so scared, like he did it, like he does in his videos.
Clothes? Am I running out of flashlight? Like. What?
Oh god!
Oh yeah, that was great.
He fills his arms in the air, bro. That was amazing.
Cameos were great, like the references and everything. That's what the movie did best. Because I think they made that clear that the movie was going to cater to those of us who have been in the franchise and fans for years.
Yeah, realistically, the only downside of the movie was just the rating. Because I agree there. If that shit was 18 plus.
If that was an R rating or an 18, that would have definitely, it would have given it more, guaranteed. They would have been able to do a lot more, but considering the rating, I think in terms of gore, I think they did it great.
I honestly think they were pushing that 13 plus. It seemed like they were pushing it. Some of the shit they were able to do in that movie seems like I did not expect them to get away with.
Bro, the part where the bitch got chopped off in half, my nigga. Yo, everybody was in the theater was like, yo, I was like,
that fight was so. I expected, maybe to just decapitate her. No, that motherfucker bit her in half.
The downside I have of the movie is, honestly, the only part was when they were building the fort.
I get that. I mean, to me, I'm also just a FNAF mark, so I'm gonna try and pretend or try and defend it always, but I thought that little thing with it was fun. I thought it was just funny for what it was. That's what I liked, because the film, it was good at balancing the comedy, but with the actual deeper horror of the FNAF franchise.
But like yet again, it's in a different universe, and like the whole like
exactly,
like the whole idea of that scene, like the animatronics are way more friendlier, because it's not Michael trying to like fix what happened about his dad killing the children and the souls in their suit.
Yeah, it was more Michael's obsession of changing the past than realizing, something like that. That scene was funny though. It's like, why? It was good. I mean, shit. If Scott allowed it to be in there, it has to be in there for a reason.
Yeah. I was gonna say, onto the Dream Theory stuff though. I think we can go onto that. How are we all feeling about the Dream Theory plot?
I honestly thought when the movie started, and I saw that Dream Theory shit, for a good 5 minutes, I thought it's gonna end with the movie saying it was all a dream. Thank God they didn't do that, by the way, because I would have maybe thrown something if they ended with the "it's a dream" plot.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't know. I haven't really like thought about it. I don't know really.
I mean, it could lead into the nightmare animatronics, like the phantoms.
In terms of how I stand with the Dream Theory shit, I thought it was unique because they balanced it with the dream. It wasn't just pure dream theory. They brought it in with the whole he wants to change the past, and the way they went from him saying that he wants one thing but then means the other until he finally realizes that, oh yeah, I was a fucking moron. This is what I really want. This is the present day. This is what is important. That whole turn of him realizing where he should be standing in the world was good. I didn't know how to feel about the Dream Theory stuff going in. You know, when it started, I wasn't sure where it would go, but I think they did well with it.
Well, here we might as well lead into the next topic of the actors and how we think all of them did.
Actors were great. I loved fucking William Afton. The lines in the final sequence were so good. Matthew Lillard, how you can go from being Shaggy to being the purple guy is beyond me, but he fits so well in the role, and like, because of the way he looks now in his older age, he looks great and he fits the role perfectly. Josh was great. He was so good in the role of Mike.
Speaking of purple guy, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, good, to go for it.
Yeah, he did do a good job, but I feel like William Dafoe would have been like
that man looks like the guy still.
A more like what's the word I'm looking for?
He would have been more fit for the role.
More fit. Yeah, you can say more fit.
I mean, I get that.
Don't get me wrong.
I think I prefer Matthew Lillard for the sake of, because at first glance he's not gonna look immediately like the villain.
Yeah.
We know how Willem Dafoe is. He's always mainly a villain guy. I mean, look at the Green Goblin. You look at his face, you see Green Goblin instantly. With Matthew Lillard, you look at his face, you see Shaggy. You see some moron running around with a talking dog and the gang trying to fight off ghosts. You don't think mass child murderer.
He went from solving the mysteries to creating the mysteries.
Yeah, exactly. Onto Vanessa. I think the Vanessa actor, in terms of how she looks very, very close to the actual games. She was more or less a perfect selection just because of how well she fits in with the look. And I'm hoping that for the second movie that we get more detailed into her backstory, which I think we will. Because if they are going for the trilogy, which I'm sure that's the big plan, we'll get more into details of her past with William as a dad and all that type of shit. But for when she was there, she was good.
Also, I think when they first introduced her, I was like, she's gonna be in the movie. I was very scared because, you know, that security breach in the first movie. But with the separate universes, that's good. Yeah,
that's what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be an entirely different lore and universe, because it it gives them more stuff that they can do without the risk of getting screamed at by the fans. Because if they tried to mimic the games and got even one little detail wrong, you know it would have been on their case for the rest of time. Yeah. So them having their own unique universe is fine. I'm down with it.
I'm down with it too. They did a good job.
I saw people say it was obvious, but for me, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I did not see Vanessa being the daughter of William Afton in this universe at all.
Me neither.
I expect it to be Mike, still being the son, because when it was William, when William was like first trying to offer him, when he was a job consultant or whatever the hell, he stuttered and he didn't even say his last name, and we didn't hear Mike's last name until the end. So I thought his last name was Afton. I thought it was Michael Afton. It's like, okay, well, yeah, it's gonna be, you know, Mike Afton, William Afton. But no, it was Mike Schmidt, which is also fine. And it turns out Vanessa is Vanessa Afton. I don't know that's her name, but you know.
Yeah, when he was the fucking job consultant, didn't he have like a different name?
Yeah, which I think is a name that they used for him in the books. Because there's a lot that Scott took from the Silver Eyes books for this film. Which I'm all for. It gives him, you know, for the books and shit that he hasn't used for games yet. Using them for the movies, I think, works perfectly.
Oh, the sets, those were, they fucking worked their asses off on those sets.
Yeah, the movie, in terms of how the movie looked, it looked fantastic.
Oh, bro! When the fucking aunt died, when Freddy showed up in the house.
Oh god, yeah, that shit was fucking sick.
That was crazy.
Honestly, I was expecting her to have like a long, exaggerated death. No, it just kind of, she kind of just gone off screen death and then moved along. I was like, damn. I was happy though. I hate her.
Yeah, I hate her as well. I'm so glad that she got off screen. She didn't even get a proper death. She got off screened by Golden Freddy.
Wait here. Okay, which ways do we hate? Do we hate the character because the actor was terrible, or just because the actor was so good?
The actor was great in the role.
Perfect. The acting was so perfect, it made us hate them. It's like a heel in WWE. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Or just wrestling in general.
She's like the Dominic Mysterio of the movie. Which, by the way, I mean, she was also part of the scene with Matt Pat, so I mean, she gets dubs for all of that. That little side plot of the family trying to plot against Mike, that's probably the only plot that I'm not like, I don't fully understand really. Like, I get why it is the way that it was, but it's just like, yeah, it was still good. It was, yeah, it was still entertaining. It was just the one thing that I was kind of confused with. I get why the aunt wants, you know, Abby to get away from Mike. I get why all that happens. And I get why they went to destroy the pizzeria so they could get rid of his job, so then Abby can get taken to be with the aunt. But yeah, I mean, the deaths were fine. Let's just talk about the deaths of all that sequence as well. Let's go into the first. I think the first guy got chomped by the cupcake, which, by the way, the cupcake, the fact that the cupcake got so much screen time and did so much, I thought was so funny and so good.
Here, post editing quandary. Here, whenever you can, just add the kill count of each animatronic, because I swear to God, I think the cupcake got the most kills.
That scene with the cupcake, I thought it was funny. The cupcake was just normal.
The cupcake was living life. So next it was after the cupcake death, it was the supply closet. I think it was with Bonnie and the fat guy.
Yeah, that was.
That fat guy was fucking comedic. His big body ass.
He was great in his role. Then it was the guy that got beaten a lot. He got killed by Foxy, didn't he? The guy that got the cupcake sent at him through the vent. Blocked up the cupcake, and then it was Foxy eventually that got the big final kill.
Wait, did Freddy get a single kill in the movie? I'm starting to realize this.
Yeah, Freddy did. He got the bite.
Oh yeah. Which
was the final kill of that entire group. The bite of 23, I guess we're calling it.
Yeah, the bite of.
Because it wasn't, but here's the thing, bro, it wasn't just some chomp to their head and, you know, decapitated.
It was fucking...
That bitch's whole body got cut off. That bitch's body just snapped in half. Well, not snapped, but got chomped. Oh, bro, I've never popped so hard in a cinema to watch someone die than when I saw this bitch get chomped in two. Well, besides until later on in the movie, but that's everyone's gonna pop for that.
Honestly, they were. I swear to God, I'm surprised that they still let them get a PG-13 rating with all the shit that happened.
I mean, this is besides the point, but look at Doctor Strange 2. That shit was PG-13.
Yeah,
that was not PG-13.
That was the first ever like Marvel confirmed horror film.
Word. We can all say the last one was the best one.
Oh, that last 100%. That last one was the best one.
It's not an opinion. It's factual. Like,
yeah, no, it is.
Our real opinion would be who had the second best death.
Cupcake. Yeah.
What about third? Here, what you gonna rank them at this point?
Boxy guy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I don't know. He was kind of more off. His was good for the sake of the lead up to it, the build up for the cupcake getting sent through the vent. But in terms of the actual kill, I think Bonnie guy was third, because we already saw the Foxy thing at the start of the movie when the first guy got chomped. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the kid actors, the dream ones. The blonde haired kid, very good for like when he needed to do stuff. He was very good in his role.
For sure.
And then whole like sort of kid manipulation into trying to get Mike to give his sister to them again. That plot was good. I enjoyed the dream shit.
Abby's actor, give that little girl like a fucking guaranteed contract.
She was tremendous. She was so good in her role.
And it's like crazy to see how good these kids are. You know?
Kid actors these days are on another level. They rival the adults. They genuinely do.
Yeah. John here. It's kind of sad that not all the kid actors got like voice roles, but shit, they got a bag still, so good for them. How much the movie made opening day?
Great. I'm so glad it's made so much in opening day.
10 fucking mil on opening day is ludicrous.
Yeah, I think that's like what, the highest in video game movie history.
Yep. It made more than Mario and Sonic, so good for
yeah.
I'm not surprised though with how big the fandom of FNAF is. I'm not surprised one bit.
I'm happy for Scott.
Yeah, bro. Just a round of applause for Scott.
He
went from making one little indie game by himself about just sitting in an office against animatronics to making a huge movie 9 years later with with millions of people by his side, and that have been at his side for the past 9 years,
and still supporting him.
Yeah, despite those that tried to cancel him for his like Donald Trump support or whatever the fuck it was. I do get why some people, I get why the critics wouldn't like the film. But again, I think that Jason Blum and Scott and everyone did a great job in making it known that the movie has always been meant for us long-term fans. It wasn't meant for the critics, but even then, my mum, who knew nothing about FNAF going in, and my dad, who knows nothing about FNAF going in, they both enjoyed it.
Yo, like, my girlfriend, I was telling her that I was gonna go watch the movie, and I made her watch like a 10-minute like Five Nights at Freddy lore.
Yeah.
Right? So then, no, it was just some like random TikTok video, right? I saw like earlier in the day. Then I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna show this to her, and like, she wants to watch the movie, and she like never heard anything about the game before or anything else. She wants to watch the movie.
Yeah, bro, I just looked it up. You were right. IGN gave this movie a 4.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
I don't care about the critics, bro.
It's what we like.
Exactly. Like we said, it was made for the fans. It was made for those of us who have been here for the long haul, the 9 years. If most of us enjoy it, then that's what matters.
Audience score of 90%.
And exactly. The audience. You look at the audience score. Fuck what the critics say. You always want to look at the audience score when it comes to movie ratings. And with it having a 90,
like too professional with it.
Exactly. When the casual person going into a cinema, they'll just want to watch the film and enjoy it. They're not going to look into every single little detail, unless you're like a Matt Pat, who wants to find any scratch of lore evidence anywhere.
He's gonna do it for the movie.
Bro, I can't. He was in the movie, and he's gonna try to explain to us how his character plays a big role in the franchise. So the ending.
Oh.
How do we all feel about that little
Thank you,
ending
Jonathan.
sequence? Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate your involvement in this. Anyways, back to the ending sequence.
Before we get into a fucking argument.
Yeah. They did really good at hinting towards it with fucking Abby almost dying, and then them showing off when they were making the fucking fort.
Yeah.
With that spring lock suit.
When Springtrap came out, everybody was like, yo.
Yeah.
When Springtrap came out, it was like, you feel it, like you feel his presence.
You do. That, like, bro, I think that's why Matthew Lillard worked so well in the role, because, like you said, if it was Willem Dafoe, it would be, you know, way too obvious, but with it being Shaggy, I think him being that role and realizing, oh shit, yeah, he truly is the guy that kidnapped and murdered multiple children and got away with it. He manipulates their souls even after death just by a drawing. I think that entire ending sequence, bro, it was... I've been saying it, I think the entire ending sequence was perfect.
Yeah. And just to quickly nerd out about the costume, that costume looks so good with the fucking... It just looked perfect.
The Spring Bonnie costume looked great because it was like... You could see the rotting away, but it wasn't like completely rotted yet since, you know, he's not bled out into the suit. Since, of course, yeah, the suit hasn't had the chance to fully rot away with all the blood inside of it.
And then you guys want to talk about the spring lock scene?
Yes. Because you know how the spring locks happened? All thanks to the motherfucking cupcake, baby. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think you had mentioned this yesterday, fucking when we were in that party. You didn't think that they were going to be able to do the spring lock scenes for PG-13 rating?
No, I didn't think they'd be able to do it as gory and in-depth as that, because the way that they did it, and I like the way they go around it. They went around it with, you know, it wasn't like the FNAF 3 minigame where it was the kids' souls that, you know, were haunting William after he had destroyed all the suits. It was them remembering what they did to him due to drawings, like the kids that they are. They treated the animatronics like the kids that they genuinely are. So, yeah, for the whole drawing thing and making them remember that way, to them bullying him into, into getting the spring locked, was great. Because it wasn't like, oh look, he's just gone into the suit in a wet room. It was, oh yeah, they tried to fight back, and that's what caused the spring locks to trigger because of too much, like, movement. I thought the way they went around the spring lock scene was great, and the fact that we got that in the movie, that we got that on the big screen, which I wasn't sure if we were going to get on this movie. I thought they were going to wait for another movie, but no, we did. We got the fucking, probably the most famous scene in Five Nights at Freddy's history on the big screen in the first movie. I can willingly wait. Like that's what I was saying. Like after I came out of the cinema, it's like it was a great ending because it can either because that's a solid ending for if we don't get another movie. That's a great ending because for those who don't know the deeper lore, if that's the ending, then that should be a satisfactory ending for them. But for those of us who know what it leads to, that's a great teaser for a second movie. That's a great cliffhanger to leave us on. It was just so well done, so well put together. Everyone involved was great. Because that was, of course, where Michael also realized, oh shit, yeah, I don't want to give away my sister to change the past.
Yeah, when the door closing scene with William reaching out.
That's what I'm saying, that it was perfect, bro, because he was twitching, still trying to reach out for the door, but then the door getting shot on him in the safe room like in the games. that tells such a story, bro. Yeah, they can definitely do a lot with future movies. What I want to see from the next one is more in-depth backstory about Vanessa and Afton growing up, and you know, Afton's descent into madness and what led to that. I want to see if they're going to. I want to see a Henry equivalent, like a business partner.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, a business partner that helped William go insane due to something else. I want to see if William had other kids that got killed by his own creation still. I want to see more in depth about the past and how Fazbear Entertainment was before it all got shut down. That's the main thing I want to see from the next movie.
I think them using Garrett as Golden Freddy would be perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. In the next movie, I want to see, like...
We need to get more Golden Freddy.
animatronic.
We need to get more knowledge of Golden Freddy. Because we saw all the kids that got put into suits, so we saw the main four, but we don't know who was in that Golden Freddy suit. I don't think, at least.
Is that it?
I believe that is it, yeah.
And there you have it. There is our official review of the FNAF movie. We all thought it was great. We all thought that it was all well balanced. We thought that the guys producing it did great, considering the rating that they were given, working with a 15 over here and a PG-13 over in the US. We thought the kills were pretty cool, the ones that were meaningful. We thought that the cameos were great. Overall, the way that they treat the animatronics like the kids that they are were great. We thought the plot in itself was pretty good. We liked the fact that it was unique and it wasn't completely one-to-one with the games. But yeah, overall, we all rated it a solid 8 or above. And that goes for a few other people in this little friend group of ours. Most of us gave it a good rating, a solid 8 or above. So don't listen to the critics. Go watch the movie if you haven't already, even if you've just been spoiled for the entire thing. I think it's still worth the watch. And yeah, once again, let us know how you feel about what we said. Let us know what you rate the film, and leave it down in the comments below what you want to see next in terms of the FNAF movie, and hell, maybe just the FNAF franchise in general. But until next time,
End communication.